crew, and welcome to a new week, which is actually Tuesday in my part of the world and Monday on a lot of other time zones. So welcome to the new week where we are going to talk about your motivation. So this is really important because there are a lot of people that constantly say they're just not motivated to do things. So there is room for a discussion here regarding motivation. How do you get it? What do you do with it? Do you lack it? And all those kind of things. Okay. So let's have a chat about motivation. Now, what I'd love to know is, do you consider yourself to be a motivated person or not? Where do you see yourself in that equation as far as motivation goes? Because the hard part about being an entrepreneur is that you need some kind of motivation to do the things that you don't really want to do because you don't have a boss over your shoulder that's going to fire you. But some of you need to fire yourselves, honestly. Some of you need to give yourself a job description and keep yourself accountable, because that's what it requires to actually be successful in the entrepreneurial world. So how is everyone? I'm going to be honest to say to you guys, I am very exhausted, but I'm still here. I've just come off the back of 3 nights through the night on the weekend on an event which was for digital networkers, so those that are building a business online, and it's connected to the American company, mentorship company, that I'm a mentor for their students building businesses online. So I was in a mentor capacity on that event. So it started at 12:30 a.m. for me and finished, I think the first day we finished at 11 a.m. and then, roughly about the same time the last 2 days. So mentally I feel okay. Physically I'm shot. Like it's, you turn your world upside down for 3 days. Sleep is all over the place. Like I feel quite drained physically, but I'm still here with you and still feeling good mentally, just, physically very drained. But these are the kind of things that I am motivated to do because of the impact that it has on the students. And just, a lot of people won't go out of their way to do things like that. To me, living in Australia, it's something that I've gotten used to, whether that's right or wrong. It's, it's not here or there. It's just the time zone that I live in. When we do things in the American-based time zone, it doesn't always work out well for me, but I'm okay with that. Because I just love serving and helping students in this entrepreneurial world grow. So I don't know if you can see it in my eyes or my face or anything. I'm just not as on point as I would normally be because I'm just tired. I did get some sleep last night, but just, not enough. It'll just take me a couple of days to sort of bounce back. So do you consider yourself to be motivated or not? That is the question for the day. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Now, before I get into it, I want to remind you guys, we've got our Clubhouse room tomorrow. So I've put the link up above. Clubhouse, if you're not aware, is no longer an exclusive platform. Anybody can get on it, whether you're Android or not. You just need to download the app now and then click on the link above of the room. So you can click on, just as long as you got the app, you can, once you click on the link, you can check the time and the date and what we're talking about. And we do that every week. So if you can join us tomorrow for a Clubhouse room, I would highly recommend you do. Every week, myself and a group of amazing entrepreneurs that I'm working closely with, we host a room and we give out great free information, something to do with building your business online. So there's that. I will be live tomorrow an hour earlier than I normally am, if you can remember that, because I've got a Zoom call with the people in my branding course tomorrow. So we'll be live an hour earlier, just to let you know that. And those in the branding course, round 23, we have our final live Zoom call tomorrow. Those of you that have started the Reels Challenge, well done. Most of you should have started by now. So I'm doing a free Instagram Reels Challenge. So if you want to learn Instagram Reels, you just need to jump on the Reels Challenge. Have I got the link above? I think I do. I'm not sure. No, I don't. So helenmartinonline.com/reels, completely free. And I'm teaching you how to do various Instagram Reels over the next 30 days. You need to be in my free group for that as well. But all the instructions when you register will be, they're on the next page after you opt in, but they're also emailed to you. Okay. So is anyone watching that has done their first reel for the challenge yet? It's not too late to jump on. Just go to helenmartinonline.com/reels and you can register for that completely for free. So I'm not going to talk about reels today because I've done that a lot in the last week, but it's just the organic growth from it and the organic views is incredible. So it might be something you want to jump on. So again, helenmartinonline.com/reels. Actually, I think I've got it here from last week. I do. So for those of you that are not registered for it, you want to register so you get my emails. And those of you that have registered that haven't seen an email, they're probably hiding in your spam folder or your junk folder. So just check there. Okay. And those of you in the coaching community, you're in my private coaching community. This week's exclusive training is about growing a following on Instagram. So make sure you don't miss that training later in the week. That's your exclusive training for this week. Any of you that would like to be in our coaching community but are not, you can join for $1. The link is above. Okay. So I think that's it for now for the reminders. We've got Rafal on. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Steve. We've got Cynthia. From the other side of the world, absolutely. It's great to see you on. We've got Heather, we've got Christine, we've got Megan, we've got Beth. Megan and Beth are both in my VIP program. We've just got off a 3-hour call with the VIPs. These are the ones that I work with closely with building their businesses online. And my VIP program will be open again next month to start again in October. It's a 6-month program. You work closely with me in your businesses for 6 months. So that will be open again next month to start in October for the following 6 months, if anyone wants to look at that. I can hear the tiredness in your voice. Oh, can you actually hear it in my voice? That's interesting. I know you could probably see it in my face, but I didn't think you'd hear it in my voice. So not enough motivation, I think you're talking about. We've got a lot of people saying hello to each other. Hello, Emma, how are you? I thought I signed up, but I did not get anything. I have to jump back in and see what I did wrong. You may not do anything wrong. It's probably sitting in your spam folder or your junk folder. If it's not, just reach out to me personally and I can resend the original email and you just need to look out for it. But unfortunately, a lot of times it does hit spam folder or junk folder. I did the Reels challenge today out of my comfort zone and I stuffed it. You got to start somewhere. Don't worry about it. Just fail forward, Christine. I've tried twice, no email, not in spam. Okay, Ada, can you just reach out to me personally, anybody that's in the same boat? But here's what you want to do. As long as you're in the social media group, my free group, those of you that know what I'm talking about with the Reels Challenge, go to Guide 17. Okay, everything you need is there. But reach out to me personally so I can try to manually email you and sort that out because I'm going to be sending out emails over the 30 days. So we want to get that fixed up. Okay, so yeah, just reach out to me personally, message me, okay, and we'll fix that up. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is motivation and where this comes from. I can't take credit for this, so just let me sort of share where this information came from. So I'm obviously off the back of a 3-day event where I've spent all night, for the last 3 nights. And this is a topic that came up on the weekend because it's just so important. So I wanted to share, my thoughts around this and what's important for you guys. Did you know that motivation is not enough? This is typically, I want to explain to you typically what motivation is and the difference with motivation that actually does keep you motivated and doesn't keep you motivated. So motivation in its own right is different from self-motivation. If you're just motivated, it won't be enough for you to do the things that you need to do. There's a very big difference between motivation and self-motivation. I don't know whether you can see that now, but you will in a moment because I'm going to explain the two of them. Motivation on its own is generally external and it's not going to keep you driven. Self-motivation is something internal. Like, have you ever been really motivated to do something and know that that's come from your core? Like, you're so motivated to do it. or you've done something long enough that you've created an amazing habit and now you're hooked, like you're self-motivated to do that video every week, or to go for a walk every day. Like you're motivated to do it, but it comes from self. It comes within. It's internal. If you don't have internal motivation, you are going to continue to struggle doing the things that you know you need to do. So here's the difference. Figure out, I'm going to give you both of these, and I want you to figure out where you are, where you think you are with motivation and self-motivation. So motivation on its own, own outright, is external. And this is where you need something to drive you. So you need somebody to show you exactly what you need to do. So it's external, somebody external is motivating you. You need a pat on the back all the time. So you need somebody to say, you're doing a great job, you're doing a great job, you're awesome, keep going, things like that. Like it's external validation, and that keeps you motivated. Okay, so this is external motivation. Other things that might come into play, I've got a whole list of them here, is, external motivation is you will get derailed really quickly when something goes wrong. So you'll just lose your motivation if somebody says no to you, something goes wrong. Like it's external to you. Like it's something that's happened and it derails you, and you enable that to derail you. That's external things that are happening that changes your course of action, and you lose your motivation. Like if any of you have been told, somebody said no to you and it's crushed you, or somebody said something, negative to you, and you've really taken it to heart and taken it on board, and it's derailed you. You're looking for external things to keep you motivated. Does this ring true for any of you, like these things? And it doesn't make it right or wrong wherever you sit. But external motivation might be, you go to an event and it's a big rah-rah event, and everyone's externally on fire and things like that. Like you need that. And if you don't have that, and you don't have that rah-rah, and you don't have that excitement around something, you don't stay motivated. Okay, that's all external factors that keep you motivated. That might be you, I don't know. Self-motivation is very different. Self-motivation is you don't care what anybody says. You're going to do what you know. You know to the core that you're going to do something. You know to the core that you're going to be successful. You don't need somebody to tell you what to do all the time. You're already motivated to do it because you're that driven. This is self-motivation. Motivation and self-motivation are completely different. So have a think about where you sit with this. If you're game enough to say, where do you think you sit out of the two? So some of you might need all the external, all the external forces to keep you motivated. And some of you, like praise. Some of you will accept praise when it's given, but you don't need it to stay motivated. Somebody who's externally motivated will need to be told, you're doing a great job, keep it up, those kind of things. You need that to stay motivated. Somebody who's self-motivated doesn't need it. They'll accept it and might feel even a little bit embarrassed about it, but they don't need it to keep going. You're just motivated to do what you know you need to do. And this is where a lot of people aren't. Most of you might be motivated every now and again, but you lack motivation because you're looking for external sources to keep you going. If you're externally motivated and you need all the things that I listed a second ago, it's going to be really hard for you in this industry. However you get it, whatever you need to work on, you need a real high level of self-motivation in this industry. You need an element of resourcefulness. Do you know how many people send me messages or put posts in a group? Where do I find this? What do I do? Where's this information? Without even bothering to find out for themselves for 5 minutes first. That is somebody who's not resourceful. We need to be more resourceful in entrepreneurship. If you're not, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive as an entrepreneur. The more resourceful you can be and learn to be. This is what I've had to learn to do over the last few years. I don't need somebody. I went into this journey, I'll be honest. I went into this journey and I would say to my mentors, I'm a hard worker, which I am. I am motivated, which I am, self-motivated. But I would still say, just tell me what I need to do and I'll do it. That's what I wanted to know. How many does that resonate with you guys with? You're a hard worker. You want to get the results. You just don't know how to get the results. You just want somebody to tell you every step to get successful. That's external motivation. It's not internal motivation. If you don't have any drive to figure stuff out yourself, like the Reels challenge. Do you think I know everything about Reels? No, I don't. I've only just started doing Reels, in the last few weeks. But I'm turning around and doing a challenge for you guys because I'm self-motivated to learn myself and help as many people as quickly as I can learn and embrace Reels. But do I know all the answers? No, I don't. But am I self-motivated to help as many people as I can get over that barrier of learning how to do it? Because I've had the barrier for at least 6 months, if not more. My barrier has been, that's something new. I don't know if that's going to help me grow my business. I don't know if I want to be distracted by that. I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going to avoid it. Who can relate to that? To now going, I still don't really know how to do it all, but I will learn. I'm resourceful. I will figure it out. I will play with it. I will just work it out because I'm self-motivated to do that. No one has shown me how to do certain things. I just figure it out myself. And I will bother to find my own. Like I will go to Google. Some of you will ask me a question that I don't know the answer to. Do you know what I'll go and do? I'll go and Google it. I'll find an answer and then I'll tell you, go to Google and put in this and it'll give you the answer because you haven't bothered to do it yourself. So there's a big difference with people that are going to be successful in this industry with whether you're resourceful or not. But it comes from self-motivation, whether you can work things out yourself. You need guides, you need mentors, so do I. I still have mentors that guide me every step of the way. I still have people that challenge me. I got challenged only a few weeks ago. I think I've already spoken about that, about my vision and stuff like that. And how, unless I expand my vision, I'm going to self-sabotage. I'll just stay where I'm at. And I don't want to do that. But I do consider myself to be self-motivated because I don't need somebody to pat me on the back and say, you're doing a good job, Helen, keep going. It's nice when you receive it. I've received some amazing, amazing testimonials that are going in my book. And it's like, wow, I can't believe they wrote that about me. That's amazing. Like it's so heartfelt that somebody wrote those amazing things about me. But I don't need to write people to write amazing things about me to give me validation to know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I'm working it out. I'm falling on my feet. I'm doing things and I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm just figuring it out as I go along. So are you guys resourceful? Are you figuring it out? Are you taking what you learn and just playing with it and working it out yourself? Do you go to Google and research things yourself rather than just shooting off questions? They're interesting people to work with in a network marketing team, those that aren't resourceful to figure out themselves. They just every second. Do you work with people like that? They just can't think for themselves. They just shoot off, a question every now and again. You want to train people and teach people within your team to be resourceful. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a nightmare because nobody can think for themselves. The best mentor you'll come across is somebody that will help you think for yourself and grow and make mistakes and teach you to make mistakes and fail forward, because the best mentors, trainers, coaches, leaders in this industry are those that aren't afraid to fail forward. But you've got to be self-motivated. So if you're not self-motivated, you might need to check in with yourself how you can do a better job at that. What's going to really motivate you to do the things that you want to do? And it might be checking in with what is the reason what the hell are you here for? Some of you might need to check in with what you're doing this for. Your family, your finances, extra streams of income so you don't have to stress about money ever again. Sometimes you yourself or people you're working with, you might need to revisit the reason that you're here in the first place to get the motivation back to do the things you know you need to do. Okay. So where do you guys think you sit? You're motivated? Like you get motivated every now and again? Or you're self-motivated and at various times you'll fall off the wagon, but you get back on the wagon after your life issue. Like we all have life issues that derail us, but then when you're not derailed, you get back on the wagon and you just do the things you need to do. Like it's okay to be derailed every now and again and give yourself grace with that when life happens. But as you know, you get back on the wagon as quickly as possible. Okay. Steve, self-motivation comes easier for me as competency increases. So that's a confidence thing. As you get more confidence, we have more motivation. And that's just doing the do and forcing yourself to do the do to get the skills you need to build the confidence to then get more motivation. Okay, I hope that made sense. So Cherie is not afraid to fail forward. Good. I want the whole enchilada. Sheila, I learn to figure things out for myself. I listen most times and then I meditate on it and get motivated from doing so. Awesome. Faye, I'm guilty of messaging, but I just feel so overwhelmed with new things that I feel that it's okay and safe to ask for help in this group. Oh, don't be afraid to ask questions. Questions are good, and when you hold back from asking questions, so don't take that the wrong way, Faye. It's not a matter of not asking questions. It's how you ask it. It's if you know that you already should know something, then saying, oh, I'm sorry if I've missed this, but where is this? Something like that. It's just not, just people need to think more for themselves. But something like, and I know you've asked a couple of questions about the reels because you couldn't figure things out, and that's okay, Faye. So don't take it the wrong way. Asking questions is okay. But if you're asking questions of a mentor, trust me, from me, where you get respect and when you don't get respect is how you ask the question. And Faye, that's not directed at you. You're fine, okay? But how you ask questions also is a big indicator of the reflection of the type of the person that's asking the question. I hope you get what I mean from that. So just check in with yourself. If you know you need external motivation all the time, you need somebody to tell you what to do all the time, there's no resourcefulness from your part, you need somebody behind you all the time saying, come on, you can do it, it's going to be really hard for you to be successful in this industry as an entrepreneur, because that's what you all are, whether you realize it or not. If you're building a home-based business, if you're doing something from yourself in your own time, online, things like that, you're learning to be an entrepreneur, and there has to be some level of self-motivation to get you through it, because it's tough. It is really tough being an entrepreneur and doing it on your own. So try to build that muscle with your self-motivation. Try to be more resourceful. And when you're feeling down and unmotivated, remember the reason that you're doing this in the first place, to bring your vision back up. Because we can get in the weeds. Do you know what I mean? Things go wrong. We get in the weeds of the daily things, but you've got to be able to fight through the weeds and the things that bring you down, to overcome them, to keep self-motivated to do the things you need to do to overcome them. The best stories are those ones that have overcome the struggle. I'm a better mentor to people because I've often done things the hard way. Nothing has been gifted to me. I haven't got successful quickly or anything like that. I've just worked damn hard and been really resourceful, or learnt to be. I wasn't in the beginning, but I've learnt to be, and I'm very consistent with what I do. So it doesn't mean I'm the most successful person as soon as I started this journey. It just means that I've been really determined and self-motivated to just keep on going when things aren't going well. That's the important thing. So I don't know if this conversation is helpful to you, any or not, but I'm just encouraging you to know the difference between motivation and self-motivation. And to really survive in this industry, you need self-motivation. So if you don't have it, you've got some thinking to do as to how you find that, and knowing the things that you need to do, and planning and being consistent and being resourceful and learning to become self-motivated, because it's the only thing that's really going to get you there at the end of the day, is when you don't need somebody to tell you what to do. You just know you're going to do it, and you know you're going to achieve it at the end of the day. And all of you are capable of that. It's just whether you want it enough. And if you're not motivated at all, you just don't want it enough. So revisit that. Okay. So I've talked for too long. I only want to talk a maximum of 20 minutes and I've gone over. So I'm going to jump off. Remember, an hour earlier tomorrow. Anybody that is having email issues with the Rules Challenge, message me personally. Clubhouse, join us tomorrow. The link is above. Any of you that want the coaching community training this week about growing a following on Instagram, you can join above. Like, there's lots of options if you want to learn more. Okay, but I'll see you guys an hour earlier than my normal time tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day. I will catch you then. Bye.